A surprising announcement today from Pope Francis, who continues to make waves with his stances on hot-button issues ahead of his historic visit to the U.S.
He's not the first pope to take over Central Park, but this pope, he's not like any other.
What you see here is reflective of what's going on across the country, across the world, because a man of peace is in our midst today, a man of hope.
The Pope greeting members of the religious faiths one by one, and as he entered the hall as well, greeting many who were there to see him. This is an important moment for Pope Francis and the world.
Yes.
And truly a historic moment, Father Andrew Carrozza. Only one other time in history have we seen such a prayer service of different faiths with the Pope.
Place and time where we, people from all over the world, with different cultures and religions, can all come together peacefully. And then together.
The administration will stand side by side with the American Catholics to promote the values we all share as Christians and Americans.
Politicians, the lawmakers, and the religious leaders to help us fulfill this goal. Signing this agreement, it may not bring peace immediately, ladies and gentlemen. So now we will proceed with the signing ceremony of the Unity of Religion Agreement. While the proceedings continue on stage, we will conduct the signing ceremony of the agreement to propose the enactment of an international law for the cessation of war and world peace just below stage with our delegations, and to establish peace, for the heritage of peace to be brought to all generations. We must do everything in our power to end all wars on this earth and to establish world peace according to the will of the Creator, God. Therefore, all religions must unite under God as one. We pledge in sight of God, all people of the world, and the peace advocate to become under God through the unity of religion.
Isn't that astounding? All the world religions, Hindu, Buddha, Sikh, Baha'i, Islam, Jewish, Catholic, Anglican, signing that they have one and the same God, the one that we see in the rain and in the environment.
This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. In order to defend himself against his critics, Pope Francis accused some Christians of having too much concern for the Ten Commandments, saying they suffer from cowardliness and warning that such people become paralyzed and unable to go forward. Popes have never been that concerned about keeping the Ten Commandments. That is the domain of the true followers of Jesus. In fact, those who truly love Jesus and have the Holy Spirit residing in their hearts will keep the Ten Commandments in honor of the Lord, including the Sabbath commandment. Obeying all the commandments, all of them, said the Pope, negatively, characterizing the thinking of such Christians, paralyzes you too. It makes you forget so many graces received. It takes away memory. It takes away hope because it doesn't allow you to go forward. Such people become confined souls who suffer from the sin of cowardice, the Pope added. In other words, keeping the Ten Commandments prevents progress. If you want to have hope, you cannot keep the Ten Commandments. This twisted logic is common in Roman Catholic teaching.
Can you see what is happening, friends? The papal beast of Revelation 13 is in the ascendancy. The image of the papal beast is almost completely formed in America. The final events of prophecy are upon us, and yet the churches are silent. The churches are silent.
If there is no more protest, how can there be a Protestant church? Maybe we're all Catholics again. The protest is over.
Parties involved, this essentially resolves the conflict over the nature of justification, which was at the root of the Protestant Reformation.
Effort, just a little bit, but a fearfully large amount of compromise. These ecumenical discussions have been overwhelmingly successful, so successful that the Protestants, not the Catholics, but the Protestants here in the United States of America, they themselves are calling for the death blow to be dealt to Protestantism. And you don't have to take my words for it, because factually, I'm not even expressing my own sentiments. These are the very sentiments of Mr. Kenneth Copeland himself. Take a look.
Please put this date on your calendar. This year, October the 24th through the 26th in Kansas City. The most important event. The protest is over.
Controversy, one that many think will open a dangerous can of worms in that part of the world. But nonetheless, the president fulfilling a campaign pledge.
La qualità della vita cristiana si misura nella capacità di amare, ma è nella messa che riceviamo da Dio ciò di cui abbiamo bisogno. In questo passaggio della catechesi all'udienza generale in aula Paolo VI, il Papa ha ricordato che solo con la presenza viva in noi di Gesù possiamo diventare testimoni credibili. Francesco ha aggiunto che è la messa che fa la domenica cristiana, ma che in molte società secolarizzate si è perso il senso di questo giorno. È necessario ravvivare, ha detto il Papa, questa consapevolezza per recuperare anche il valore del riposo che ristora l'anima.
Fu il senso cristiano del vivere da figli e non da schiavi, animato dall'Eucaristia, a fare della domenica quasi universalmente il giorno di riposo. L'incontro domenicale con il Signore ci dà la forza di vivere l'oggi con fiducia e coraggio e di andare avanti con speranza.